I recently purchased a large piece of land bordering an upscale HOA community. The location was absolutely beautiful. Quiet neighborhoods and open countryside surrounded the property. It seemed like the perfect investment opportunity. Before purchasing the property, I spent months reviewing every legal document available. I wanted to understand exactly what I owned. Careful preparation always matters when buying real estate. Good investments begin with good research. The neighboring HOA appeared to be professionally managed. Most residents seemed friendly and welcoming. I expected nothing more than respectful neighbors. Unfortunately, that assumption wouldn't last long. Shortly after moving in, the HOA president introduced herself. She informed me that I would need to comply with various HOA rules and regulations. There was only one problem. I wasn't a member of her HOA. Karen confidently explained the HOA's requirements. She expected me to sign community agreements immediately. I politely declined and requested documentation supporting her claims. Facts always come first. Fortunately, I had already reviewed my property's certified county records. Everything appeared straightforward and legally documented. There was no indication that my property belonged to the HOA. That discovery raised even more questions. To avoid any misunderstandings, I hired independent surveyors. Their measurements would confirm the official property boundaries. Accuracy matters whenever real estate is involved. Professional opinions provide valuable clarity. The HOA board began reviewing historical neighborhood records. Questions about property ownership quickly became a topic of discussion. Historical documents often tell interesting stories. Everyone wanted accurate answers. Local officers arrived respectfully after receiving a complaint. They simply wanted to understand the circumstances. I welcomed their questions and provided my documentation. Cooperation always makes things easier. After reviewing the documents, the officers understood that the situation involved property ownership questions. Everything would need to be resolved through proper legal channels. Documentation remains one of property owners' greatest protections. The story was only beginning. My attorney suggested that we pull every historical document associated with the surrounding subdivision. If there was confusion about ownership, county records would provide the answers. Property law rarely leaves room for assumptions. Facts were about to change everything. Independent surveyors confirmed the legal property boundaries. Their measurements matched the certified county records perfectly. Accuracy matters when real estate is involved. The evidence continued supporting my position. One historical document immediately caught our attention. It referenced an original master parcel connected to several HOA common areas. The legal history of the neighborhood was far more interesting than anyone expected. We continued digging through the records. Meanwhile, the HOA board began reviewing decades-old community paperwork. Several records had been overlooked during previous ownership transfers. Everyone wanted clarity regarding the neighborhood's legal history. Historical records often reveal surprising details. County officials explained how portions of the subdivision had originally been developed. Several legal agreements remained active and properly recorded. Understanding those agreements helped explain today's dispute. Documentation is everything in property law. The deeper we investigated, the more fascinating the property's history became. Previous owners had preserved decades of legal records. Those documents would soon become extremely important. Preparation truly pays off. Local officers appreciated how thoroughly everything had been documented. Property disputes are best resolved through proper legal procedures. Professionalism remained everyone's priority. Cooperation always leads to better outcomes. The aerial surveys revealed how interconnected portions of the surrounding development actually were. Historical planning decisions often shape modern communities. Understanding those relationships matters greatly. Land has a story worth learning. My attorney finally connected all the pieces together. The property's legal history explained why certain agreements still existed today. Every certified document supported the same conclusion. The truth was finally becoming clear. The HOA board members were equally surprised by what they discovered. Not every property surrounding a neighborhood automatically belongs to the HOA. Legal ownership always matters. Accurate information benefits everyone involved. With every document verified, we were ready to move forward confidently. Preparation had given us exactly what we needed. The facts spoke for themselves. Property rights deserve careful protection. Looking across the property reminded me why responsible ownership matters. Communities grow stronger when neighbors understand and respect one another. Cooperation begins with communication. Good neighbors make great communities. Updated survey markers help clarify the property's legal boundaries. Small steps often prevent future misunderstandings. Clear boundaries benefit everyone. Transparency always matters. Several neighbors thanked me for taking the time to explain the property's history. Most people simply wanted accurate information. Respectful conversations build stronger communities. Understanding replaces assumptions every single time. In the end, knowing your property rights is one of the greatest investments you can make. Professionalism, patience, and preparation resolve the entire dispute. Sometimes the most valuable thing you own isn't the land itself. It's the knowledge that protects it. Home is always worth defending.